Hey everyone, it's time for Good Week Israel. Well, we'll give you ILTV's latest positive highlights. Get ready to smile because coming up, a new product is out that could help save the lives of hundreds of children around the world. McDonald's Happy Meals are getting an educational upgrade, and stay tuned for the entertainment update of the week. So Yara, let's get started. It looks like another 400 Ethiopian Jews from the Farash Mora community may be about to immigrate to Israel. Today, there are about 8,000 left in Ethiopia, and if the vote passes, part of the community can make it to Israel before we know it. ILTV's Nittany Manson has the story.
The Farash Mora are descendants of the Ethiopian Jewish community, but don't have the right to Israeli citizenship under the law of return since their ancestors converted to Christianity under duress. Today, the Israeli Interior Minister grants them entry on the basis of family reunification, and they must undergo Jewish conversion once they make it to Israel. Back in October 2018, the Israeli government approved the decision to bring 1,000 members to Israel in 2019, but only 600 came in the end. Hopefully now, the remaining 400 will be granted citizenship. Critics say the newfound effort to bring more Farash Mora to Israel is part of a political ploy to boost the Likud party's electoral appeal to the Ethiopian Israeli community, but others claim that the push is simply a part of a government decision made back in 2018. Today, there are an estimated 121,000 Ethiopian Jews in Israel.
How many times have you tragically heard of a parent leaving their child in the car on a hot summer day? Well, one new product is now on the market that could potentially save your baby's life. Take a look. We're here right now at Babyland 2019 at the Expo Tel Aviv Fairgrounds, and I'm here to introduce you to a new device called InfoMinder. Now, in America alone in 2018, over 54 babies died as a result of being left in the backseat of the car, making that more than one baby a week. And InfoMinder is here to change those statistics. It's a super easy to use small device that you record a message making sure that you don't forget baby Susan in the backseat of the car. You clip it onto the driver's seat seatbelt, and every single time you release that seatbelt, the reminder will go off. Don't forget baby Susan. We're here right now with the founder of InfoMinder, Josh Sarias. Now tell me, how did this product come about?
So InfoMinder is a combination of infant and a reminder. I'm a father of 4 little children, and horrifying stories, tragedy, and every other week the kids left behind on the car seat. Therefore, I invented this product. It's very simple. It's just a recorder. You record a message, and then you clip it on your seatbelt. Every time you're going to release the seatbelt, the message will go on. Doesn't require any Wi-Fi, no Bluetooth. It's only $29.99 compared to all the products on the market.
Now, this small, tiny recording device can literally save hundreds of babies' lives. Pregnant women endure a ton of testing to make sure they're staying healthy and happy along with their little one. But a new Israeli algorithm may cut down on at least one annoying exam. Here's the scoop.
The glucose tolerance test. It's a perfectly normal exam where expecting mothers drink what is essentially pure sugar to rule out gestational diabetes. The disease develops in 3 to 9% of all pregnancies, and if left untreated, it poses a huge threat to both mother and child. But that doesn't make the test any more enjoyable. So Israeli researchers from the Weizmann Institute of Science have now come up with a solution, a simple 9-question survey. The questionnaire was developed by a recently Israeli-made machine learning algorithm that was applied to over 600,000 Israeli health records, and it decided, after reviewing the data, that it can pick out mothers at risk of gestational diabetes just by looking into their age, BMI, family history of diabetes, and the result of prior glucose tests from previous pregnancies. Those who score as high risk can then go on to take further testing, but the rest can be spared from further poking and prodding.
Remember being a kid and getting excited about eating at McDonald's because of the Happy Meal gifts? Well, here in Israel, McDonald's is changing the game by offering something totally new for kids.
Forget your run-of-the-mill plastic toy. McDonald's Happy Meals in Israel are offering something even better for kids: children's books. The American hamburger joint is on a mission to get kids to read more. So now every time you purchase a Happy Meal in Israel, your young one will be able to choose a book as their gift. Now, wondering what that book is? Well, it's called The Everforth Twins: Adventures in the Wild World. It's one of a series of 12 books written by the famous children's author Cressida Cowell about a family traveling through time and space to study the behavior of exotic and rare animals. The book series has already been translated into over 40 languages and is available here in Israel in Hebrew and Arabic. Over 500 million books have reportedly been distributed to customers since the start of this international McDonald's initiative. So hopefully Happy Meals will have a lasting impact on Israeli kids.
And now we have the entertainment rundown. You're gonna wanna stay tuned because one of the world's most famous rock bands is set to perform in Tel Aviv. And an Israeli woman is making history with an incredible new film. Here's the update. So it's official. The Red Hot Chili Peppers are coming back to Israel for their second show in Tel Aviv. The beloved rock band has already performed in Israel back in 2012. They sold out a stadium with more than 50,000 tickets. But clearly they haven't had enough of Israel. They'll be hitting the stage in Tel Aviv on June 10th, and tickets are going on sale today at 4 p.m. Israel time. The Red Hot Chili Peppers are known for being one of the first bands to mix alternative rock with punk, funk, heavy metal, and guitar solos. Tickets will cost around $100 for sitting on the grass in the Ganei Yeshua Performance Park and around $230 for Golden Circle seats. Next up in the entertainment world, history has been made, and this time it's by an Israeli woman. The first woman to win a first-time feature film Outstanding Direction Award happens to be Israeli director Alma Harel for her work on the film Honey Boy. The movie is an autobiographical documentary by the American actor Shia LaBeouf.
My father is an alcoholic, and when my brother and me would go to see him, he never had a place to stay, so we would go to see films and talk about them. And I'm really thankful to Shia for allowing me to tell this story.
This isn't the first award Harel has won, however. In 2019, she received the Special Jury Award for Vision and Craft at the Sundance Film Festival. In 2017, she won a Director Guild Award in the Commercials category, and in 2011, she won first prize at the Tribeca Film Festival for her documentary Bombay Beach. So, of course, we're excited that she's the one going down in the history books as the first, but definitely not the last. For thousands of years, Jerusalem has served as the center point of the Jewish faith and culture. But even in the time of the first Jewish temple in Jerusalem, a period of over 400 years, not everyone in the region could pray there. Well, Israeli archaeologists from Tel Aviv University and the Israel Antiquities Authority are now unveiling another massive temple complex just 4 miles or 7 kilometers away from the old city's Temple Mount.
An incredible and ancient Jewish prayer site just north of the old city of Jerusalem is now offering Israelis a glimpse into the lives of their ancestors. And researchers say that the site at Tel Motza, originally discovered in 2012, may have been an alternative to the Temple Mount. But it also reveals some of the customs of the earliest Jews.
It's remains of cultic activity in settlement from Judea Kingdom. In the time the first temple was already existed, and here we near Jerusalem we have daily walking from the temple, and still we find settlement with some kind of cultic activities with another temple with altar.
Still, the IAA says that Tel Motza was most likely sanctioned by the main Jerusalem government at the time. In fact, the temple at Tel Motza, circa 900 BCE, even has the same architectural plan as King Solomon's temple in Jerusalem, albeit it was just about 2/3 the size of the real thing. And it serviced a community that's estimated to have existed there for nearly 9,000 years. Now, among the discoveries at Tel Motza so far, there are animal figurines, a refuse pit with bone and pottery remains, a stone-built offering table, chalices, furniture, and much, much more. And researchers are confident that they'll find even more amazing relics as excavations go on. Part of the floor plan, several walls, and whatever lies among them still have yet to be unearthed. Then finally, the site at Tel Motza is also the first large-scale purpose-built temple in the region of Judah outside of Jerusalem. But excavators believe that it won't be the last.
here we're talking about 10th, 9th century BC, and we have very little evidence of any cultic activities from Judea's kingdom. We have maybe 2-3 other places, but we don't have found the temple from 10th or 9th century. And what is more exciting but more difficult is so close to Jerusalem, so close to the actual temple from the Temple Mount.
Your trash may be worth a lot more than you think. The German automaker Daimler is checking out if it's feasible to manufacture automobile parts out of household trash, and they're doing it all with the help of the Israeli company UBQ Materials.
The average American produces close to an estimated 6 pounds of trash every day. That adds up to an absurd amount of waste every year. But imagine if you were able to turn that garbage into something useful. That's exactly what the German car maker Daimler is trying to do. With the help of the Israeli company UBQ Materials, they want to start manufacturing automobile parts out of household waste. UBQ has developed a patented process to turn waste into renewable raw material that can be made into everyday goods. UBQ basically breaks down the garbage into sustainable pellets that are already being used to make items like shopping carts, pipes, and trash cans. So why not make a car out of your trash? Well, Daimler's partnership with UBQ won't be the Israeli company's first. Their material is already being used in the furnishings of McDonald's restaurants across Latin America. And the Central Virginia Waste Management Authority will be making 2,000 recycling bins with UBQ's earth-friendly material.
Don't be surprised if you hear that the Israeli people don't know how to use the word excuse me. Some people may call the pushy Israeli attitude rude, but over here it's actually called chutzpah. If you haven't heard this term before, that's okay. The Israeli media outlet Israel 21C has just released a funny video trying to explain this truly untranslatable word. Take a look.
It's impossible. Most people would give up when they're told something is impossible. But try saying that to an Israeli. What you'd get is chutzpah. What is chutzpah?
Having the willpower to go against the grain.
What is chutzpah?
This character to make sure this happens and persistence.
What is chutzpah?
Being rude but nice. Chutzpah is stepping out of your comfort zone.
Hello. How are you?
Good.
Can I have one?
No, you can't have one.
Oh my God.
Chutzpah is thinking big. Chutzpah is challenging yourself and then challenging the world.
Excuse me, just a question. Is the bagel kosher?
Yes.
Yes? So I want a bagel. Have you ever did chutzpah?
All the time. Chutzpah is doing things you never thought you would do, like for me, writing a book. Now, can you actually innovate without chutzpah? I don't think so. If you don't have chutzpah, you just step in the same place and you don't move forward.
So excuse me, sir, I was here before. I'm just asking a question, nothing more. There's no need to shout. There's no need to yell. If you don't like what I say, you can go to chutzpah, 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 chutzpah. Chutzpah, chutzpah, chutzpah.
Often referred to as one of the wonders of the world, the Dead Sea is a natural marvel. But with water levels receding every year, some of us are wondering what's causing the shrinkage. ILTV's Shanna Fold set out to find the answer.
Tourists love taking home Dead Sea products because they feel like it's their own little authentic bite of Israel. But what does that do to the water levels in the Dead Sea? It's a scientific fact that the Dead Sea is shrinking, and I wanted to find out if sea salt and other cosmetic products are impacting it.
No, I'm not buying product that's the Dead Sea. The Dead Sea is dying and getting smaller and smaller every year.
I don't live here, so I can't, I just come to visit, and I buy this as a gift to a friend.
Here's the good news. Dead Sea products are not number one on the list for reasons that the Dead Sea is receding. So, don't feel too bad.
Cosmetics, I think it's really minor or even negligible. The fertilizers, which are the potassium products, they are related to the negative water budget of the Dead Sea. but cosmetic products are really negligible.
The Dead Sea loses just about 4 feet of water each year. And even though the water levels are affected by wet or dry seasons, researchers say the water is evaporating rapidly, and a third of that reason is due to the potassium industry. Jordan and Israel both manufacture minerals by taking potassium off of Dead Sea brine that have been evaporating out in the sun. This raw material is shipped out and harvested as agricultural fertilizer.
More than 10% of world agriculture is based on these fertilizers. And the industries, both Israel and Jordanian, are responsible for level decline of total of more than 40 centimeters per year out of the 1.2 meter.
The lake level is also lowering due to a diversion of water. Fresh water that used to flow in from upstream the Jordan River, Israel's Lake Kinneret, the Yarmouk River in Syria, and eastern Jordanian streams have all been redirected into reservoirs for drinking water. Once these resources were cut off, the level of water began to decline since water is simultaneously evaporating from the lake's surface.
The decision makers have to think of the long-term consequences of level decline. We scientists help them, and we also provide to the scientific community and the insights from this unique lake that is under stress.
So while researchers like Dr. Lenski from the Dead Sea Observatory are hard at work trying to save the environment, you don't have to be too apologetic.
Sorry for that, but yes.
Mud mask, anyone?
When you're visiting a new city for the first time, you typically ask for recommendations from friends on where to stay or simply check the TripAdvisor website. But when you're getting ready to visit Jerusalem, don't bother wasting your time. Here are 2 boutique hotels you should definitely check out. When planning your visit to Israel, one of the main locations to visit is always the capital city of Jerusalem. So I'm about to show you a few of the top boutique hotels that you can stay at so that you're next to all the major sites in the city. Our first stop is the Biazi Hotel, located in the Nechalat Achim neighborhood right here in Jerusalem.
The Biazi Hotel was built in honor to my late father, Eliyahu Biazi, in a place where he lived as a child in his family's 2-room house.
When you first get into this hotel, you get a rundown on the history of the Biazi family, the building itself, and all the artifacts that decorate the hotel.
The hotel was designed to give the guest the sense of his unique spirit.
The hotel has 6 rooms, all labeled with different types of desserts in honor of Biazi, who used to be a gourmet baker.
התמונה הזאת היא הדיוקן של אבא שלי, שהיא עשויה בעצם ממטבעות ישנות. יש פה 3,000 אגורות שהיו לפני שהיה שקל.
Now we're off to the next hotel. The Pamonim Hotel has a luxury and modern design concept and is a short distance from the Old City, which is where you can find some of Jerusalem's holiest sites.
The hotel is actually a family-run business with huge love for Jerusalem. We're 10th generation family in the city, so we know the city like the back of our hands.
The Pamonim Hotel is right in the center of the city and is 2 steps away from the light rail that takes you all over Jerusalem. The hotel focuses on employee diversity with workers from Christian, Arabic, Jewish, and all different types of religious backgrounds. The management team at this hotel are almost all family. There are brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles, all working together at the Pamonim.
We can share with our guests all the hidden spots that Jerusalem has to offer, and the really cool thing about it, that it's just walking distance from the hotel. We really try to make our guests feel at home.
take a look at some funny videos that are going absolutely viral right here in Israel.
Come on, dogs. That's it. Good dogs. Come on. Come on. Here. Well done. Good dogs.
Bastard.
בטח, את לא רוצה? מה לא? טוב, תראה איך את חוסמת לי את היד, כאילו.
Yo!
יא מניאק! אתה באמא שלך! I love it. أنا ما بخاف بس أنا بدي اطلع
That's all for today's Good Week Israel. Hope we've helped you start your week off with a smile. I'm Emmanuel Kadosh, and see you next week.